guys, Cyndi Williams here from Careers on Vacation. I have the amazing Teresa Fast with us today from Magical Moments Vacations. Teresa, how are you this afternoon?
Good, how are you?
I am so good. I'm so excited just to chat with you. And you just graduated from our Careers on Vacation program, and I just was so excited to kind of share your story. So if you don't mind, let's jump right in. Tell everybody a little bit kind of about where you were before taking the program and where you are today.
Well, when I started, I was with an MLM, which I had no idea what it was until I spoke with you. And so I said goodbye to them, and I started with a different company, Magical Moments Vacations, which is a wonderful company. I get a lot of leads, and they're a little bit more free to, kind of do your own thing, have your own website. And now I feel like I've grown so much. I have so much more knowledge on how to grow my business instead of feeling like I'm just a bubble, like not really able to grow and learn new things and get out there more. So it's, I feel a lot more knowledgeable than where I was.
And just because we get a lot of people that are in MLMs, or sometimes they don't even realize they're in MLMs. And I always say, look, my job is to give you the information and you can make whatever decisions you want to make.
Yep.
But it's really hard to make money under an MLM format because the business model is recruit, recruit, recruit versus actually investing in Teresa and getting Teresa to grow and helping her.
Exactly.
So how did you realize you were in an MLM, just out of curiosity?
Well, after talking to you, I kind of had an idea that, well, I was in a bad situation anyways. It was really low commission. They weren't really helping us out. They didn't really give us any marketing ideas and different ways to grow the company. And it wasn't until I decided to say goodbye to them that all of a sudden it was like, well, if you stay on, you get your own people and then they work under you. And then that's how you grow your business. And then they'll get more people and then you grow that way. And they were really kind of like not wanting me to go because I know anything that I have coming in, like they're not going to get that money anymore. So it was kind of like, they went from being very nice to very like mean. Once it came down to like me saying goodbye. And I thought that was kind of rude, not to really want me to grow, just to kind of keep me in that bubble. And, it wasn't until, I actually like spoke to them and was like, all right, I'm going to leave. And they're like, oh, well, wait, this is how we do it. You have you, and then you have people under you and they have people under them. And I'm like, that doesn't sound right. Maybe that's why
I'm trying to sell travel. I don't want to be a recruiter. Yeah,
exactly. So I was like, no, that doesn't work for me.
Yeah. And people always show their true colors at the end. And not to say all MLMs are bad, but all MLMs are really difficult to make money at. And I think when we originally talked, I said, look, I can show you all this great stuff to do, but if you build it and you're giving away, was it 50%? I don't remember.
No, I was only making 40.
Yeah, 40, 60, come on. Yeah. So I think I even told you at the time, don't do my program. Like you have to go,
exactly.
Because if I teach you how to do this and then you're giving away 60%, my goal is to get people to like 6 figures. So you're going to have to work. You're only making 40% where you could be making 70 or 80% right out of the gate. Even if you're new, you weren't new, but even if you were new, you would have to work double, triple harder than anyone else. So we had our first talk and then you went back and made some adjustments and then came back and said, okay, Cyndi, now I'm ready. I'm making a fair commission split. I'm with a real company now. Let's talk about moving forward and how I can really supersize. So good for you just for, sometimes you have to take a step backwards to go forwards, but that now every trip you make way more commission on.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So that's awesome. So what was your biggest win or celebration since taking the program?
It would definitely be growing my Facebook, having over 300 people when before I was like barely at 100, and just being able to figure out how to get out there more, doing shows, no longer doing bridal shows. I learned that from you to kind of stay away from them. So definitely not wasting any more money on those. And then just, social media on how to platform and do ads the right way and making sure that I'm spending the money properly.
Yeah.
And, you know, I never knew to look at the demographics of how your ad is doing. I never knew how to do that. So being able to say, hey, this picture's not working, so let's not put money into that anymore, has really helped.
Oh, sorry, you froze up for a second, Teresa. I'm so sorry. So you were talking about the demographics of your ads and having not done that before, and being able to not only how you leverage social media properly, but how to assess it to make sure what I loved what you said, so I'm not wasting money. So
Exactly.
how to spend the money so it's most efficient to grow your audience. That's one of the hardest things today, because social media is like a platform that's, you know, the platforms are changing all the time. The algorithms are changing all the time. So that's one of the things we really pride ourselves on, kind of getting you to, you know, learn the process and then what to assess and how to manage that going forward. How long do you think it would take to like learn all that stuff? Or how long would it take a person who doesn't know all the tips and tricks? Like, how long would it have taken you to figure all that stuff out?
I'm sure I would still be lost.
Yeah. Right?
I probably never would have learned, or I would have had to have my daughter be like, hey, how do I do this? Like, I did my first Instagram story, the little
IG stories, yeah.
And I was like, I had to ask her, I'm like, how do I do this? Okay, make sure I'm doing this right. And she's cracking up laughing at me. So I'm sure if I didn't have you and my training that I've had, like, I can imagine I'd probably be another 3-4 years before I probably knew what the heck I was doing and how to do it properly, because it's ever changing.
Yeah.
It's really hard to make sure that I'm doing it the right way.
Yeah, and it can be overwhelming because it's, you know, social media in general, but it's one of those things where if you have here's how to do it, here's not what to spend your time on, here's what you should spend your time on, it goes from being overwhelming to go, okay, I do this step by step, boom, 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 this step by step, boom, boom, boom. And it makes a world of difference in how much traction you can make in those areas. And it goes from, I think, overwhelmed to just crystallize in terms of put your focus here, so you're not wasting time, you're not wasting money, and so you can kind of embrace the whole social media, embrace that whole world. And it's changing. There's so much out there now. They have, you know, Instagram, IGTV, Twitch, Facebook Explorer, Facebook Stories, Insta Store, all this stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it can be overwhelming, but the great thing about going through this process is learn how to do it where it's not overwhelming, automate the processes, and kind of get it all done. So you did that, and that's amazing. Let's talk a little bit about the mindset work in the program. So how did that impact either you in business or in other areas of your life, the mindset part?
Just keeping myself motivated. It really helped try to not feel so down on myself, you know, being like, oh, I'm not going anywhere. It's a waste of, you know, my time to do this, and to really be like, I can do this. And just, you know, motivating myself on a daily basis on, you know, I can do this, or I'm going to do that, and just try to build myself up as well as building my company up.
Yeah, and do you think it was helpful to be in that community of a mastermind where, oh, she's doing this and he's doing that, and kind of seeing where they were having success? Was that a productive process for you?
Yeah, it really was. I liked having the meetings and being able to kind of hear what other people were doing and how they're doing, and kind of getting ideas on what I can do to better myself in my company. So it was really neat to be able to do that.
Yeah, and switching from an entrepreneur, it's so great because we have different levels that are in. We have people who are running big agencies and people who are brand new, and people in the middle, just like you, that you have experience and you just needed to know the how-to of how to get more leads in your business. And I think that's the beautiful part about the journey, because it's like, oh, they're doing that. When I start recruiting, I'm going to do that. Or when I start, you know, you have that next level to kind of see how that process is evolving, and you make those relationships and take those beyond in the program as well. And with the mindset stuff, you know, I say stuff because like people are like, mindset. When you go from, like you said before, you were kind of in a bubble, you were operating in a bubble, and then, wow, these people have true colors, and moving out of that and moving into a state of, wow, this can be big and scary. Like, I'm in charge of my own business now, and
Mm-hmm.
kind of putting on that I'm the captain hat on, which you did so beautifully. Like you, every week you did the work, you were getting the stuff done, getting everything organized and in place. So that was a cool thing to watch evolve in your business. Did you feel differently about your business at the end in terms of taking the control back?
Yeah, I was more excited. Like every day was more exciting. Like, you know, me working on my website and getting my Instagram and getting the Facebook to where or I'm actually posting on a daily basis and getting things in there. So it's not like it's just sitting there like, oh, darn, I forgot to do that today. Well, now I know how to properly do that and get everything, you know, scheduled in. And, you know, I just definitely felt more excited and confident and having more fun with it.
Yeah, and the confidence piece is one thing, and then the automation is the other, right? So we talked about social media earlier, and it's one of those things where it's like once it's automated and operating in that process, I think a lot of times in our industry, especially, people make the mistake of I'm running a travel agency. Yes, that's what you do. That's the product. That's the service that you sell. But really, the secret of this industry is we're all running internet businesses.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you have to get good at how do you run an internet business. So anyway, you followed all of the steps and kind of outlaid that perfectly, which was amazing. Can we talk about the show you did for a second? That
Sure.
first show where you were like, you got out there in the community. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it was called Anthem Days, which is a little community in Arizona. And I went out there. It's a one-day event. And no, it was a 2-day event. And it was actually a lot of fun. I got to, you know, meet new people. It's a community that I'm not really a part of. I'm further away from there. And amazing people, got a lot of contacts, and you know, I've gotten quite a few people contacting me about getting information on, you know, booking vacations. And I got one really good big one. It's a grandma taking her 2 kids and their whole families to Disney World for Christmas. So it was, you know, a really great way to get my contacts and, you know, build my database, as well as, you know, getting a couple vacations booked out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have those sales right off the bat with those ones, which was amazing. But then also you have the data, and we teach you, okay, I go to these shows and I get all this data, and sometimes people don't do anything with it. They're just like, oh, so teaching you like, okay, now here's a system. Here's how you plug and play and kind of get them rolling in your system so you can now work that database, and they can become clients, and you wear them down over time in terms of introducing yourself and all of those pieces. So at the beginning, let's go back to that. I know we had a couple calls at the beginning because you had the weird MLM thing that you were working through, right? That process. Was it hard for you to jump in once you got the facts on everything? Was it hard for you to jump in and commit to the program?
No, once I actually talked to my husband about it, I'm like, you know, this is what it is. This is what it's going to cost, but I know I'm going to do better with it. You know, I knew that I needed that push. I needed that education, because I knew if I didn't, it wouldn't matter if I changed agencies or not. I wasn't going to go anywhere. You know, I was going to be still kind of at that plateau of, you know, yeah, I kind of know what I'm doing, but I don't know how to really grow what I'm doing. And so it was kind of just, you know, more of, all right, I'm ready, let's do this, and calling you and getting it set up.
Yeah, which is a beautiful thing. It's like, and people know that, because, and here's when you run a business, you're not expected to like know everything, but you need to know where to go to get the information. And the most successful businesses are those that seek help where they have gaps. If you are not getting customers into your business, get help with getting customers into your business. Exactly. You guys know how to sell travel. You knew how to sell travel. You get them on the phone, you're closing the sales. It's a lead flow a lot of the time, you know, and that's where it goes back to, okay, how do I fix this? So, yeah, I mean, it was a great conversations we had at the beginning. It wasn't a rush process. It was a, where are you at and where can we get you to? So that's awesome. Would you recommend Careers on Vacation to people who are in the place where you were, or maybe they're brand new, or maybe they have great agencies, or, you know, already? Would you recommend the program to others?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's really a great way to grow and make sure that you are where you want to go. You want to be able to, sorry, I don't know what happened.
Hey, it's live TV. It's all good. It sounded like the music from Soarin' in
It is
Disney
the
World.
music from Soaring, and I thought I turned off my.
Okay, how great am I that I recognize that? I love
Exactly.
We're travel agents. You people, you cannot make this stuff up. I love it so much. You're like, would you recommend the program? It's like, dun, dun, dun. If that's not a sign, what is a sign? I don't know if Facebook might cut us off because of the royalties or whatever they have for the music. But it's all good. I love it.
Yes, definitely would recommend. It's a great way to grow and to learn things that you never thought you would even need to learn. You know, I mean, I still feel like, you know, I'm learning more just going, rereading over things, going in the graduates program and you know, seeing what other people are posting. So it's a constant growth. And, you know, I just feel like it's a great program. And yeah, definitely. If you're anybody who's in a travel agent, should definitely, you know, look into it to really help them grow.
Awesome. Yeah, and the graduate group is complimentary. That's something we offer to all of our graduates, and it's everyone that's gone through the program. They know the processes, they know the tricks, and it's all levels. So you work with people that are already super agents, you work with people at your level, and you're able to help people, and you're also able to learn from people, which is a great, I think, extension to the program, because we're really building this cool community online, and it's fun, and it's a very active group, which is super cool too. So, well, Teresa, I just want to thank you for sharing your story. I think a lot of people are sitting out there either with MLMs, or maybe they are just, you know, agents who have that passion for travel, but just need to know, how do I get more leads, and how do I make more profit? How do I automate my business to make it less stressful? All those things that are overwhelming your business to have processes for, I think, you know, helped you, and hopefully we're helping lots of others. I know that this is a great journey to kind of watch you go from knowing what you want to then go through the program and going, oh my gosh, I feel so much more confident. I have what I need. I have the tools. So thank you for sharing your story. I really appreciate it. Any other closing words or anything you'd want to say to that one person who's sitting on the fence out there?
Just do it. Go for it. And
just do it.
No, just do it. No, it was great. I loved it. I was actually sad when it was over.
I know, it is sad. People say that all the time, like, what am I going to do without these calls?
I know. Well, like, can I sneak on one maybe just to kind of listen in? But yeah, it was great. And like I said, I'm sad it's over, but I'm still growing. And I know you're still there for if I ever have any questions, which is wonderful.
Absolutely. I am a cheerleader for you for life, as we are for all of our clients. And if you miss me, I did a live stream in the grad group today. We do training for the grads every single month. But listen, guys, if you're out there and you're struggling with your travel agency and you just haven't gotten over that hump yet, reach out to us at Careers on Vacation. Make sure you book a discovery call with my team. Let's talk about where you want to get to, what the heck are you waiting for? You've heard Teresa's testimonial now, and then the 20 other we have on our website plus. So get in touch with us. We'd love to talk to you about being the next rock star like Teresa, and check out Teresa's stuff, guys. Follow her online, Magical Moments Vacations. We're going to post a link to her Facebook page below. Or Teresa, what's your Instagram handle?
Oh, goodness. MMV, I don't remember.
We'll find it. We'll post that below too. So we'll get her Facebook and we'll get her Instagram handle. We'll post it in the comments below, but follow her. She's amazing. She's a rock star. And we wish you so much love and success, abundance. It's been a pleasure working with you, Teresa.
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll talk soon.
Okay.